Hey, hey, it's Veronica, and it's Winning Wednesday. What's the word for today? The word is Winning Wednesday. What? Okay. So yeah, I didn't announce my topic early, but I'm here, and hopefully I won't end up talking to myself for 30 minutes. Hopefully I'll have some friends join me. But so while everybody is coming in, I'll take this opportunity to say hello. Hey, Brenda. And I also want to take this opportunity to say who I am and while I'm here. And I am your Victorious Living Life Coach. And I specialize in helping my clients to live their highest and best self and the life that they want to create for themselves. Including in that is purpose and having passion and having power. I'm also, hey Brenda, I'm also an HR consultant. So I help small businesses that have employees but no HR support. I help them outsource their human resources and stay out of trouble and to manage their best assets. So I'm here today with Winning Wednesdays, which is an opportunity to give you some midweek encouragement, motivation, and support. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Thank you for joining. Glad you can make it. And so this is your midweek boost of encouragement and support and motivation. Hey, Sandra, good to see you. So today my topic is responsibility. Now that sounds really boring, right? But I'm trying to make it as encouraging and enlightened as I possibly can. But there's some things that I just want to get across. So related to responsibility and ownership is basically the synonymous word is leadership and leadership of your life. And good, I'm glad you're good. And so leadership of your life and what's going on in your life, and the three things that I want to touch on related to responsibility are action, assessment and evaluation, and language. So first, taking the action. Now when you think of responsibility, you think of being responsible for something, that an action that is taken or that hasn't been taken, that either has a consequence or a result. And so sometimes that ends up in hurt feelings. Sometimes that ends up in bills not being paid, actions not being taken, kids not being picked up from daycare, kids being left in the car on a hot day because you forgot and you're too stressed. And so all of that is responsibility. That's accepting. It's like, man, okay, I'm taking it on the shoulders. I did that thing and I am taking responsibility for the consequences of that thing. And there's another piece of responsibility that we sometimes, that leaves us in a state of being at effect of the circumstances that happened. There is another way to look at responsibility from an action-oriented standpoint. And that means that you take responsibility and you take leadership over what you want to achieve, what you want to have happen, the end result you want to have. And that the actions that you take either lead to the results that you want, or the actions that you don't take end up in the results that you don't want, right? So it's like either you take action and get results, or you don't take actions and you don't get results. Sometimes you take action and you still don't get results. However, that's where the assessment part comes in. So you'd be like, okay, Veronica, this is not anything new. We're all adults. We've been adulting for many, many years now, right? And so, yes, I get that, and I'm not taking anything from that. I want to add it to the fact that taking responsibility for the goals, the dreams, the vision, the plans that you have up here but don't have on paper, that you're not being intentional about taking action in every day in order to be able to bring them to pass. Because the word said faith without works is dead. So let's say you're praying for something to happen, and you're praying And you're like, okay, God, what's happening? God is like, okay, where's your faith? What are you doing? And it doesn't mean that he is going to handle everything for you. It means that he's going to work in partnership with it. Your power working with his power produces what it is and brings to pass what it is that you are praying for, right? And so that's what I'm speaking of. Take those goals, those dreams, those visions, those actions, take them off the shelf, take them out of remission, take them into action, and take responsibility and ownership and leadership for bringing them to pass in concert, in conjunction with your higher power and who you serve and your creator, right? And so don't just have it lie dormant, but take responsibility, take action, make it move, make it work, make it do what it do, right? And so get going. Don't just let it sit, lie dormant. Don't let it be, but make it work and put some action and take some responsibility for it. So, hey Kurt, thanks for joining. And so the second piece of responsibility that I want to talk about is assessment. And people that take responsibility are usually in evaluation mode, because if you're taking action, like I said before, some of your actions produce the results you want, and some of them don't produce the results that you want. And so, hey Jerome, thanks for joining. So when they don't produce the results that you're looking for, you got to take a step back. Sometimes it's circumstances, sometimes it's taking the wrong action, or maybe an action that is not sufficient to produce what it is that you want to happen. And so, trust me, I'm in this mode myself. So people that take responsibility, they take ownership, that take leadership for their lives, they go through assessment because they're constantly in action. And in the process of that assessment, they're asking themselves three major questions. And this is kind of, these are coaching questions that people usually tend to ask. Hey, Tracy, thanks for joining. And so one of the questions you ask is like, what's happening? What's up? It's like, what's up? So it's like, what's going on? What am I experiencing? What am I feeling? What's going on? What action did I take? What result did I get? What's going on? And then after you say what's going on, then you say what's missing. What's the disconnect? And once you figure out what the disconnect is, then you're able to say, okay, what's next? And then so you ask yourself what's happening, what's missing, and what's next. And when you do that and you kind of come to your conclusion, then you're able to take action on what you evaluated, right? So you're taking action, you're getting results. Sometimes you get the results you want, sometimes you don't, but you're still taking responsibility for the fact that you're evaluating where you are, and you're determining the distance, the gap between where you are now and where it is that you want to be, what it is that you want to produce, what action, what results you want to have, right? So that's the second piece. So let me give you an example. So let's say you have an assignment at work and you have this big project. You've been working on it for 3 weeks. It's due in a week. You come to find out in one of your evaluation meetings with your manager that you are completely off base. You have missed the mark by like a lot. And so you're like, oh, okay. So then instead of panicking, instead of blaming someone else, people that take responsibility don't blame. They don't try to make excuses. They own up and they say, okay, what's happening? Then you say, what's happening right now? Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Malik. Thanks for joining. And so they say, what's happening right now? What's happening right now is I've just found out a week out from the project is due that I'm off mark. And now I can say, okay, I can process whatever feelings, whatever emotions, whatever anger, disappointment, frustration, whatever that brings up, name it, take responsibility for it, and deal with it. Don't let it build up. Don't let it fester. Don't let it take you out. Refocus. Say what's missing. What's missing is I need some direction because I went off in a completely wrong way. And so now, once you get that, once you say, okay, now that I know that I need some direction, the direction is missing, the guidance on the project is missing, I heard something wrong, or I misunderstood, or I misinterpreted something, so I need to get the proper steps that I need to take from here. And then you figure out what's next. So what's next, what's first is to go to the manager and say, hey, I realize that I've put this work into this project and I'm off base and I need to get back on track because I'm not one to let my responsibilities fall, and I will turn this project in on time and it will be correct. And so you get that, you get the what's next. And then after you figure out what's next, after you have that conversation, then you figure out what resources, what you need in order to be able to get yourself together, in order to, who you need to support from, in order to be able to get back on track. So some people are, like I was talking to a client today, and she said, okay, I need to process this. I'm not taking anything away from processing, but sometimes they say if you you think long, you think wrong. And sometimes time is not in your favor. I'm not saying rush and make a mistake and get further offline. I'm just saying get the support you need to be able to reevaluate where you are and then move forward. So where we are right now with responsibility is people that accept responsibility, ownership, take leadership of their lives, their goals, and their dreams. They take action. And so conjure up all those visions, those dreams, those goals that you've laid on the gone by the wayside. Get them out. Get them moving and get in action. And promise yourself, take responsibility that you'll do something intentional every day, every week, to move yourself closer to those goals. And then as you're taking action, you're going to assess where you are. And you're going to ask yourself what is happening, what's missing, and what's next if you're not getting the results that you desire to have. The last point I want to bring up related to responsibility is language. Now, I couldn't think of an A, because A, action, A, assessment. I couldn't think of an A related to this, but oh well, it's language. And it's, you may have heard me speak before about the interrelationship of what you think, what you speak, and what you have in your heart. And so with that, there is, whenever you're moving, I'm reading a book right now, and it's about mindset shifting. Say that 3 times fast. So shifting mindset in moving from a place of negativity to a place of positivity, right? And so one of the things it talks about is reprogramming. And reprogramming is nothing new, right? So we know that when we have something and it's not working right, we got to tinker with it. We got to do some adjustments. And so what they offer with reprogramming is taking what you formerly believed, what was formerly your guiding principles, and determining that if they no longer serve you, you need to get rid of them. And so reprogramming means that when you get rid of them, you want to replace it with something new. And the new is the thing that you're taking the responsibility for in the language. And so the language reprogram that I want to offer for you, hey Becky, thanks for joining. And so the language reprogramming that I want to offer you is just something simple. It's taking, when you think of responsibility, a lot of people think of I have to, I need to, right? And so when you think of have to and need to, that you think of obligation, you think of wow. It feels heavy, right? It's like when you think, oh, I have to, I need to, like, that Dunkin' Donuts commercial, gotta make the donuts. He's like dragging, not only because it's probably like 2:00 in the morning, but also because he's feeling an obligation to go out here and make these donuts, not only for himself, but for people to eat, and so that he can get some money. And so another way to look at that is changing the words I have to and I need to, replace them, reprogram them with I get to or I can. And so when you say that, did you see how my countenance lit up and how I kind of got some energy and some excitement there? That's what reprogramming the language and responsibility can do. And so it takes the heaviness out of I have to and I need to, and it gets you into a place of excitement, a place of energy, a place of internal motivation, where you can say, okay, I get to make these donuts because it's going to produce income for me that then allows me to have my goals and my dreams. And then one day I can be sitting on a beach and working out of my beachfront condo in Bali, right? And so the I get to gives you excitement and energy and motivation, internal motivation, so that it changes your vision. It changes the way you look at your responsibility, your actions, and your assessment. And so when you reprogram your language from I have to and I need to I get to or I can, then you're giving yourself, you're being your own coach. You're giving yourself your own motivation. You're changing your mind so that responsibility no longer is heavy and is no longer an obligation, but it is fun. It is exciting. It is energetic. It's something that leads you to your next, your better, your future you. So responsibility is, while this may not have been the most exciting topic, I believe that it is probably helpful to kind of take it to a different perspective and kind of change your mind about it and not make it so heavy, so burdensome, so obligatory with obligation, but to make it light and fun and allow you to move forward in the direction of your vision, your dreams, your goals, and to take action and not just let it sit. Let it, it's like, okay, the Lord said, the Bible said, make the vision, write the vision and make it plain. Okay, I wrote the vision. You got an action plan for that? And so responsibility, people that take responsibility take action. And when they take action, in the process of taking that action, they have assessments as they go along the way. And they determine where they are, what's happening, what's missing, and what's next, so that they're in evaluation mode to keep continuing to move forward. Because when you are in forward motion, you're moving in the direction of your goals and your dreams. And even if it doesn't come to pass today, you know that you're taking the effort and the action that's necessary in order to bring you one step closer to where it is that you want to be. Hi, Ralph. Thanks for joining. I'm about done, but I was talking about responsibility today, but I hope that, maybe you'll catch it on the replay. And so, the people that take responsibility take action, they're taking assessment, and then their language is different. Their language is the language of leadership. Their language is not heavy, it's not burdensome, it's not obligation. It is of excitement and energy and internal motivation. So try just for tomorrow. See how many times you say, I need to or I have to. And then whenever you do that, stop yourself and try to replace it with I get to, and see what difference that makes. And I want you to report back to me. So I'm giving you homework. I don't think I've ever given you guys homework before, but I'm giving you homework. So over, not just tomorrow, but the next day, over the next week until we get back here again, try replacing your language of I have to and I need to I get to or I can. And see what difference that makes in your countenance, your energy, your excitement, and the level of responsibility that you are willing to take related to the activity that you have going on. So I'm done. Any comments, any questions, any ideas, articulation? Okay. Thanks, Malik. Say I need you. I'm giving you a pound. So thanks for that. So we got action, we have assessment, and we have articulation. That's good. That's good. That's good stuff. See, the teamwork makes the dream work, right? High five. Boom. So, any questions? Any comments? How is this resonating with you? Take a listen. If you need to, I think I do save the videos. I hope that I save them correctly, and so they get saved and I post them again. So if you need to catch this on the replay, please do. If you're just joining and you missed it, catch it on the replay. I do engage after the fact, so if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions that you want to leave in the comments, I will come back and read them and engage. If it's something that you don't want to talk about here, please feel free to inbox me. And if you're out there and you're watching and we're not connected, then please send me a friend request or send me a note in the inbox. And if you're interested and we're not connected and you're hearing this and it resonates with you and you need some support with moving in the direction of your goals and dreams through responsibility and taking action, then reach out to me for a complimentary coaching session. So I'm done. I hope that you have enjoyed the nuggets of responsibility and ownership today, and move forward in taking action in the direction of your goals and dreams, being intentional about doing something every day, a little bit. Doesn't have to be a whole big drawn out, exercise, but take intentional action a little bit every day towards your dreams and your goals, and you'll see the progress. And as you move forward, then you're making assessment of where you are, and you're not doing it through analysis paralysis. So you're not constantly looking at it and changing it and not moving forward. You are looking at it and you're figuring out the next best way to move forward, and then you're changing your language, you're articulating differently, and you're taking the obligation out of have to and need to and replacing it with energy and excitement and internal motivation through I get to and I can. So thanks for joining. Have an awesome night. Finish the week strong. Know that you are more than a conqueror. Know that God has your back. Know that you can do anything but fail with God. And have an outstanding week. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to reach out to me if you need some support. And I will see you again next Wednesday. Have a good night.